Hey Jess. On that last wave, if you ran to the southwest pillar instead of the southeast pillar, two of the things would have stacked on the pillar to where they couldn't have seen you. And then I'm not there, but the like south side of that pillar that you're hovering. Yeah, so if you go there, you'll have one thing that will see you on the southwest side, and then two things will stack on the pillar, and it makes it a little bit easier for running south. Yeah, no, it was good. Just like little tip, cause
Do you need help with the stove? I think because the shaman, the major, is like weird. That's what you would usually do, but I think for this solve, you're gonna step one tile west and then go south twice, and then it's gonna be Manticore first, and it should line up with the major if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Welcome.
What's up, friend? Okay, let's see. So you're on wave 8? Oh yeah, your supplies look solid. You're good. Oh. Oh, the chat was up. Okay. Not bad, not bad. What is that? Blasphemy, myopia, is that relentless? Okay. Oh, sorry. I was looking at the current ones that you had. Sorry, I should have clarified. Okay, so that looks good. All right. I would probably well, I'll let you go and then I'll just give input whenever you ask. So do you normally off tick these or do you corner trap? Okay. Definitely do whatever you're most comfortable with. I tend to recommend a corner trap just because it's easier. Sorry, you might hear my dog in the background bark. Yeah, no worries. Here I would definitely go myopia, just because you're going into the later waves where you want to have myopia 3, where myopia is not really going to matter. And you kind of want to put off relentless too, just because, or relentless as well, not relentless 2 specifically. But the later you can put off relentless, the better, because waves 1 to 6 are probably going to take more damage than waves 7 to 11. I gotcha. Do you have, oh, you do. Okay, I was just about to ask if you had the timer on, and it looks like you do. I just didn't see it. So at around 38 seconds, yeah, I would stand on the A tile so that everything just walks to you and nothing gets stuck behind that farthest west uh, mob, NPC, whatever you want to call it. And I would get into the habit of doing that with every wave, around 38 seconds, stepping on the A tile so that you never get anything stuck behind the pillar as far as reinforcements go. Yeah, definitely keep a good eye on that timer. The only time you care about the timer really is leading up to the 40-second mark. And you'll just always want to have your character positioned on the A tile leading into the 40-second timer. As I'm sure you've seen, once you start to get reinforcements stuck on the east side of the pillar, it gets kind of complex sometimes. So here you're going to be, I would go back, you want to be 1 to the west of the pillar first, praying ranged, and then the ranger will see you, and then you need to instantly flick into the manticore, sorry. So it'll be range, and then mage range melee. You're just, yeah, you were 1 tick behind on all of those, but otherwise you had the correct rhythm. Those particular stacks tend to be less forgiving since you have that 1 tick of clearance. So what you could do instead for your first quiver, if you want to like get the quiver and then practice later, is to just destack that south. But if you want to do the harder thing, absolutely do that. You know, whatever's going to help you learn the best. Gotcha. We'll spawn. No, so you only use that tile when they're staggered, like when there's two in the front, one in the back. But when they're in a line like this, you start around the pillar and you pray against the back one. Correct. Yep. Yeah, so the main reason that other flick was harder is because, as you can see with that flick, you've got 2 ticks of clearance. But, or sorry, not 2 ticks of clearance, but like when they're the same style like that, right, it's going to overlap, and then you get all that time between the Ranger's attack and then the Manticore's next attack when they're same style. As opposed to it just being 1 tick of clearance whenever you have them like staggered like that, with 2 in the front, 1 in the back, if that makes sense. You have like more time to react with the particular setup you just had, if that makes sense. Yeah. So in these cases, this will be like the staggered one before, right? Where you've got like 1 tick to react. And what I generally do is like I'll flick mage, or sorry, you start with mage. I flick range and immediately go back to range or mage, if that makes sense. But if you want to make this easier, you could just corner trap it, and you'll definitely get past this particular wave. You start on A, you pray against the back thing, and then you just click on the corner tile, and then the front minion will get trapped. So you're gonna click. Nope, it'll be the other corner. It'll be the southeast corner of the pillar. 1 to your west. Right there. Yep. So you'll pray mage, click there. And this helps a lot with manticores and rangers because the ranger will never javelin toss if he's in the front. So you can just kind of AFK the thing in the back and get pretty far with this strat. When you want to start going for speed times, that's probably when you're going to want to learn to off tick. Yep. Even if there's like 3 things, if it's like 2 of the same thing on the second and third thing, you can corner trap the first one and just pray against the back 2, for example. And that also works on the south pillar, the southwest pillar. It's the same corner trap. That actually is going to be useful for some later waves, like 8, 9, 10. Here I would take Doom 2 probably. And just don't panic when your Doom stacks go up. So here you can just go north of the pillar and pray mage and you're solid. Yep, you're good. So now just be cognizant that that Minotaur is going to come out at 40 seconds. So get ready to flick between melee and mage, and I would step one tile east as well. I think you need to. You're tanking that, but you're gonna, yeah. I was just about to say, you got really lucky with those zeros. I think you had the flick the wrong way. You should have done mage then melee, but otherwise you had it correct, the correct cadence. Yeah, in those particular situations, definitely look at which side of the pillar is going to be safe, and then focus on killing the Frimniks. Because yeah, gotcha. Yeah, my general go-to is like I want to see which side's safe first. And in that case, it was pretty immediately the mage, just because of the way that they kind of spawned in. And so that'll be the side that you would rotate to. But that'll just come with more experience. You'll see like what the patterns are and how they'll resolve on the pillar. Do you have a super combat? Oh, you have two. Okay, so in those cases as well, like where it's kind of like a DPS race against the reinforcements, I would also consider using Scythe and sipping one super combat just to nuke the thing, because that'll be quicker than Shadow. Get back, sorry. Had to get something out of the oven. Also, I would be cognizant once you get Blasphemy 3 to pretty much try to keep your prayer always topped off. Only because one of the worst ways to die is like you're below half prayer and then you get stacked out and then you get smited and then you can't do anything. It kind of sucks. Pretty sure you can wiggle this stack or you can just corner trap the Manticore. But I think if you wiggle, the mage just walks up, yeah. It's not gonna work here just because that shaman is there, so I would honestly just like step 2 south, praying mage, or sorry, praying range, and then just tank a shaman hit and drag it out. Yep, and then walk diagonal. Yep, there you go. So I will, before you do this, you can corner trap this. However, what's gonna happen is he's gonna javelin toss. And when you move, you're gonna have to flick the manticore. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention to how many javelins he's already thrown. But what you can do is pray against 4 javelin tosses, and then step 1 south to flick the manticore, and he's gonna javelin. Yep, he'll javelin toss right there, and you can just step one north, and then the Manticore will be trapped again. That's one thing you can do, but I'm not sure where in the cycle he is for javelin toss. Just be cognizant that when you step one south to dodge, you're gonna have to flick that Manticore. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yep. Perfect. You're one tick too soon. Gotta tick eat that. So you're just going one tick too soon there, and all you have to do to fix that is I don't even look at like his I don't count the cadence, I just look at his animation. The moment he starts moving, I swap to magic. And yeah, the moment he starts moving, he's gonna like he's already calculated how much damage he's gonna do and everything, which is why I said you need to tick eat that. Because I could see that you're one tick behind, and you can still save that by just tick eating instead since you missed it. But I don't think you identified that you had to tick eat that in time, so you weren't able to get it. But when you do start to realize, oh, I'm one tick behind, you can absolutely just tick eat those and you live. When you kill that, go all the way north. You might kill it in time, though. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna kill it in time. I would still go all the way north just so you can see the safe spot, though, unless you're already aware of this. But if you dodge on this tile and one tile to your east, you can dodge javelins, so yeah, you can walk one tile east. And you can dodge javelins while corner trapping that jaguar if you're ever in a particular situation where you have to be north of this pillar before wave 6. So that spot is good to know for the future, unless you already knew it, in which case ignore me. But you have to be in one of those two tiles before 40 seconds because he need like the particular way that he spawns, you need him to just kind of walk and get stuck in that doorway like that. If you try to run in after 40 seconds, he won't get stuck, so I would make a note of that as well mentally. So, oh yeah, you're about to take blasphemy? Okay. I was only gonna say, I would like it's between blasphemy and myopia. I tend to wait for myopia 3 until after wave 6, but I would probably take myopia 2 before wave 6. The only reason here is because like wave 6 it's probably the wave you're going to take the most damage if I had to guess. So you're going to lose the most prayer on this particular wave more than likely. And I don't think that myopia 2 is going to be too detrimental, unless you get like a really, really far double. Like if you get a double south spawn and one of them is the Serpent Shaman, he's really far away. So yeah, you're chilling. Oh, this is only wave 5 too. I thought this was 6 for some reason. Yeah, so I would pick Blasphemy here and then save Mayo for after wave 6. So here I would take myopia 3. Okay, so here I was just saying to pick myopia 3, just because that's the best thing to pick. So what you could do here, okay, let me refresh. Let me gather my words. What I would do here is I would start west. I would count back from I believe it would be the shockwave, and then I would run east after coming out south after one tick, and then basically you'll catch the ranger on on the manticore's range. You'll catch the shockwave on the manticore's mage, and then you just pray melee, and then it's a range mage flick back into a range mage melee. Does that make sense? That might, if you feel like that's a little too complex, you can just destack this either south. Yeah, yep, you could do that, or you could destack the triple. There's a couple ways to kind of like skin this cat. But if you want like the fast way, it would just to be to off tick the shockwave with the ranger and the manticore. Like you would catch the shockwave on the manticore's mage attack. You'd catch the ranger on the manticore's ranged attack, and everything would be perfectly off ticked. You can either try that. You could die, though. That's probably a pretty high risk of dying if you don't succeed. So I might just go all the way west and destack on the south pillar. That's probably the easiest thing to do. Correct, yeah. And then go one north into the pillar. Yep. And then I would go one east too. And then just wait. And then, yeah, so it'll get stuck there. That gives you time to like regroup. And I also kind of wanted to show you that so that you can kind of see how that behavior works in future runs. So yeah, this is a similar corner trap as the one on the other pillar. So if you pray range here to get ready to flick the manticore, you're just going to go one south, just like on the north pillar, to like untrap yourself or unstick yourself or whatever. And then if for whatever reason you had to trap it again, you could then go one north. If you were to go one west, that'll unstick the manticore, and then you could never like retrap him. This particular corner trap is specifically useful for like if you panic, you go south before reinforcements, and then reinforcements are going to come from that south gate, if that makes sense. So this just gives you some breathing room there. Say that again, sorry. Yeah, you can either walk west, you can walk south, whatever. It's up to you at this point because it's just one NPC. So here you're gonna go 2 west from the middle and praying range into mage. I noticed that you were having a little bit of struggle like maintaining that cadence. So maybe something that might help you is going like starting with range and then going mage back to range instantly, like after 1 tick. And then that's kind of like a 5 tick rhythm of mage range, mage range, like every 5 ticks, so to speak. If you don't want to do that, you could also just destack it again to the east because you are pretty far into your PB or approaching your PB. So whatever you're comfortable with. If you do decide to go east, you should probably put on Torva and pray mage. And then make sure that your prayer doesn't drop if you take too many hits. And then yep, perfect. So now he's gonna come around, so yeah, perfect. There you go. Yeah, of course. I would also consider maybe scything him just with the Blood Fury just for like 7 HP. But that's probably minimal. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you have plenty of brews as well, so you can drink those. You can reheart too. So this would probably be, yeah, I was gonna say either Frailty 2 or Solar Flare. I would never take Red Flag for your first quiver. But Solar Flare will get rid of your corner traps, which that's up to you how much you care about that. If you are struggling with flicking and that's what's ending your runs, I'd probably try to maintain those corner traps, but that's up to you. At this point though, Frailty 2 is not really going to be any worse than Frailty 1. So I would say like 37 seconds, stand on the A tile so that the Minotaur doesn't get stuck. And that's mostly because where you were standing, the way that the mage was, if the Minotaur got stuck, I think it might be within 6 tiles, and he probably would have healed that mage. And then you would have had to drag the Minotaur. Here, I think if you kill this, the other one just walks forward, but generally I would... Oh, actually... Yeah, I was gonna say I would normally kill the back one, because I don't think the Manticore is gonna see you. And like I said, he probably would have just walked forward anyway, but it's just a little bit better safe than sorry kind of thing. If you walk over where? No, I'm pretty sure he doesn't see you from there. So basically your PB is going to be wave 10, because wave 9 is pretty free, it's just 3 NPCs. I would say going into wave 10, or sorry, into wave 9 to just pay attention to where 2 NPCs are and go to the side of the pillar where there's only 1. And from there just kill the Fremnix ASAP, so that you can kind of kill that isolated thing before the Minotaur, if it happens to be on the east side. I will say, just so that you can like prepare in advance, it's something that I like to do. And if this is getting annoying, definitely let me know. I'll shut up. But if you have 2 things south and 1 thing east, I would probably, after you kill the Fremnix, sip the super combat pot and use your scythe to scythe down whatever is the east thing, so that it's just you have an isolated Minotaur. But if you have 2 things east and 1 thing south, you're chilling. You can just do what you're doing. Yeah, you're chilling anyway. This is a free spawn. That Manticore is going to see you, though. Oh, nope, he's going to get stuck. Okay. I didn't see, by the way, what were the other options other than Frail T3 there? Were they bad? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Probably Frail T's the play there. I would go, yep. There you go, you're solid. I was only afraid that that Minotaur was going to get stuck. So, in this situation, that southern Manticore is not charged, and you know that it's going to be a mage. So I would just destack this on the southwest pillar. And you're just going to basically pray range, because that northern Manticore shouldn't see you, because that southern one is going to be charging. And the only thing that should be able to hit you is that javelin, but you're going to start all the way west, and yeah, maybe 1 tile south too. Just so that you can, yeah, you don't have to, like, you have 1 less tile to run, if that makes sense. And then pray ranged. Yep, and you can just click on that corner tile, southwest, yep, right there. Now you just wait, And you can either trap that thing like before, like the Manticore, or just let it come to you and then just kill it. But don't click it from there because that'll drag you out. You're gonna have to go west or south one, either your choice. So here, yeah, I was gonna say these are gonna flick one at a time, which if you've done this before, you can just send it. If you haven't, you can destack it again east, and you just have to deal with one at a time. But um, yeah, they will respect each other's attack cycle, and they won't both fire at the same time if they see you. No, this is gonna be so one will fire, and then the second one will fire right after. So it's gonna be like mage range melee, mage range melee. That's what I was saying. If you didn't want to deal with that, you could do one set of mage range melee, and then destack it while you're running on the east, the southeast pillar. It would be. Yeah, that's fine. Just make sure you're praying before you send it, and then go straight into the second Manticore flick after your first one. And then here, yep, I was gonna say just heal up, and then I would flick it one time on the way to the northwest pillar, just to get it like reoriented, so you don't have to scramble to get to your start tile. You can reprayer region as well, by the way. So this next wave will probably this one, and then the upcoming one after will be the harder waves. The choice is going to be Doom, but be cognizant that you're going to start getting a Serpent Shaman with this Minotaur. Depending on how much stuff you have south, it might not be that big of a deal. But one of the configurations of this wave is you could get two Manticores on one side and two Rangers. If you do that, that's probably the easier of the configurations. Just go to the side with the two Rangers praying range. If you get one, up Siri. If you get one on each side, you need to see what the Manticore is, but you can just set up the off tick. Are you familiar with the AB off tick? Okay, so basically, if you exit out of this screen, like yeah, so that B tile. Oh yeah, you have the tiles. So if the Manticore is back there, you're gonna stop on B. If the Manticore is on A, you're gonna stop on A. If you stop on B or A, regardless, you need to like not move your character until the Manticore stops moving. Because if you move your character too soon, it can mess up that particular off tick. So what that means is you might have to tank a Fremnik or two. You probably will have to tank a Fremnik or two. Just don't panic. Just focus on the off tick. Focus on the Fremniks last. Just walk back and forth. Make sure that you get the off tick off. As long as you're moving, the Fremniks won't hit you anyway. So you can shift click with your run off to set up that off tick and then just kill the whatever would be closer. You can drag them in on the A tile at that point and kill the front thing. But you're probably going to get a pretty easy spawn. It's 2 out of 11 chance to get a double south spawn, so it's pretty unlikely. Definitely make sure that your prayer is full too, because this would be the wave that you're going to take a lot of damage on, and you could get smited. Make sure you have your ancestral too. So you're going to go to B by default. So now go to A. Yep, and just wait. Now you're good. They're off ticked. Pre-made. So you had the off tick there. You just didn't pray correctly, but you did good on as far as waiting. Yeah, that's okay. The more that you see, the more that you see that kind of configuration, the less you're going to panic, right? Because you're going to see it more often, you're going to be more comfortable with it. And you literally did exactly what you were supposed to, you just didn't pray, which I assume was due to the panic. So next time you see that, you'll know what to do, and you'll probably pray next time. Yeah, it happens to the best of us, no worries. I will say in that particular case, like what frailty does as an invocation is it gives you less margin for error. So if you wouldn't have had frailty in that particular case, you might have even survived and successfully killed that front NPC. You never know. For speeds, there's definitely like a certain set of invocations that are, I won't say like objectively best, but pretty good compared to the others. For your very first quiver, I would definitely recommend taking invocations that are going to let you push farther and farther and worry about like the speed tricks a little bit later. So you're doing a good job overall. But yeah, that'll make it a lot easier too. You can heart, by the way. Here, I would probably take myopia between the other two, just because, yeah, I'd probably take myopia here. And that's just personal preference. I mean, frailty is not bad. Frailty 1 is not bad. Neither is really relentless. I guess I'm just kind of thinking like longer term past wave 6. Myopia is probably the best one to have, and maybe you could reroll those other two, like Manta Mayhem or something else, I guess. You're gonna need to walk 1 south. Yep. So, in situations like that, you can always let me think of how to word it. Are you familiar? Like, have you ticket stuff before? Are you familiar with that? Okay, so in situations like that, you can just tank the mage and ticky his attacks if you happen to get too low, but always keep your prayer up. That's kind of what I was talking about before, where you never want to get smited. Like, In the worst case scenario where things are not off ticked and you haven't set up the off tick immediately, you can always tick eat things. But if you let your prayer drop, you're pretty much like guaranteed to die. So even when there's something hitting you, like never panic, because if it's only one thing hitting you, you can literally always tick eat it, and you can never die that way. Unless you have Doom, but even then, it's very unlikely that you won't kill the thing you need to kill before getting to 10 or 15 Doom stacks. And you're not really taking Doom 3, so.
And Korea, correct me if I'm wrong, but in that I didn't see how much the Manticore had, but in that situation might it have been better